The old world has fallen. The system our parents grew up in, the many movies and series we used to watch growing up as children and young teenagers, depicting of how life would be in our 20s and 30s, well, that world no longer exists. It's dead and gone. A ghost from the past. This world sure ain't like the 90s, early 2000s, or even mid-2010s anymore. No. Everything has changed since 2020. And I think the earlier we can accept that fact, the quicker we can have our personal comebacks. Because by now, it should be clear as day to you that all of these politicians and state media are corrupted. They all have lied multiple times to each and every one of us. All under the disguise of fighting for democracy and protecting your rights, your freedom, and security. It's a bad joke, really. You see, these politicians, they are only as good as the world as we allow them to be. You'll see. These politicians with their morals, their code, will drop you at the first sign of real trouble. To save their own asses, their own classes. And these are the people we want to entrust our lives with, our future? I hardly think so, mate. Not fucking happening. No way. It's about time we take back control over our own lives and over our own minds. And yeah, I know. Many people still don't like to talk about this subject because it makes them feel uncomfortable. But I don't care, mate. The COVID pandemic was a scam ran on humanity. None of those politicians and so-called health experts had our best interests at heart. It was all for money and power. Listen to me and listen to me well, mate, because I will only repeat myself one last time. Everything that they have done over the last 6 years was for money and power, cloaked yet again under the wings of working to protect humanity's health and security. Yeah. In the end, you can find many fancy words to cloak whatever type of awful behavior is going on. Corporate Talk 101. And the state media has been complicit in galvanizing and rallying against the people, against the public to go with the agenda, and systematically censored any opposing view. They have literally worked overtime with fucking shame and scare tactics to have people fall in line. Whole families, livelihoods were destroyed. Social lives completely diminished. They have discriminated against us, called us conspiracy theorists, anti-science, and crazy. And now look where we are right now. Look how things turn out to be. That's right. It was all a fucking scam. It was all lies for personal gains. Yeah. And I am fucking glad and proud of myself for not have bending the knee and taking that shot from Fauci and the WHO. Even though it cost me a lot, I had my fair share of sacrifice to pay, but I was willing and able to do so. So the next time, one of these politicians or health experts come across your way and tries to tell you and dictate you how you should live your life and how you should see things in the future, remember one thing. Most of the people always have an ulterior motive. A motivation for whatever it is they're doing to keep on doing that to sustain their own personal way of life. It is not about you. And especially when you combine that with people who are in power or have been in charge for longer periods of time, ask yourself these questions. What are they getting from it? From whom are they being funded by? And which type of interest groups and organizations are quietly benefiting from it? And how did that person got into that situation even in the first place? These are just some of many questions you should ask yourself in the future. That outside of the box thinking, that critical thinking that has been systematically attacked and tried to be deprogrammed by these institutions, schools and colleges. Why? Because they fear people who think for themselves. Because if people think for themselves, they have less control, less influence, and less power over the narrative. That's right. They work to sustain themselves, not you. Remember the names and the faces of all of those people who were in power and who have done this to you. Know your real enemies. And that's all I have to say for today. Peace out.